My name is Eddie Gallagher, retired Navy SEAL, did a little bit over 20 years in the SEAL teams and some with the Marine Corps. And I'm also a co-founder of the Pipe Hitter Foundation with my wife, Andrea Gallagher. We started that foundation in 2020 after going through a 2-year ordeal that where the government came after us, it came after me specifically, locked me up for 9.5 months and charged me with premeditated murder of an ISIS terrorist. We actually went to trial near the end of my career, and I was found innocent, but that wasn't for a lack of fighting back against the government and the media and actually trying to get the truth out there. And since we went through that, we decided to help others who are going through the same struggle. So what we do is we support active duty military, law enforcement, and first responders if they're being unjustly accused for doing their job. We step in, we provide emergency relief aid to their families while they're going through that stressful time. We also raise money for their legal defense, and we will advocate for them as well on certain media platforms, especially ours, our social media. And then the big thing, which I like that we do, is we help mentor those people through that process. We're able to share our experiences of what we went through. And that does a lot for them, because when you're put in a situation like that, there's very few people that know exactly what that feels like and the amount of pressure that's put upon you and your family when the government is targeting you. So we're able to sort of help hopefully calm people's nerves and just guide them in the right direction. Well, I think each and every one is important to us. I don't think one stands above the rest, but each case is a little bit different and unique in its own manner. Some of the big ones we've helped are Ben Darby. He was a law enforcement officer who was unjustly accused of murder. It was all on video. It was clear that he was innocent. He shot a person that pointed a gun at him. But due to a corrupt DA, they still charged him, even though he was found innocent multiple times in multiple investigations. And then he was actually in prison when we started supporting him. His wife was a law enforcement officer, and she actually went on a podcast that I listened to and was telling the story about what happened to her husband. So we reached out and we got behind them. And within, I think, he was in prison for a little over a year, and they let him out, which is a huge win. He was able to go back to his family. The fight's never over there either. He has to overcome all of the I guess fake news and just the way he was demonized in the media. So we sort of help them, still talk to them about getting closure on all that and just moving on with their life. Another one, Stu Sheller. He was a lieutenant colonel who spoke out in uniform against the Afghan withdrawal. He put out a video asking for accountability, and immediately I knew that the Marine Corps and the government was going to come after him. So we supported him all the way through. He was able to get out of the Marine Corps with everything that he had earned. Pretty clean slate. And we raised enough money for him and his family to sort of set the cost for not getting the retirement he thought he was going to get. So we were able to set them up and his children up with some funds for school and everything like that. Under what we learned through our experience is the only rights that you have when you are going through an experience like that is the ones that you can afford. And usually the people that raise their right hand to serve their country, whether you're in the military or law enforcement or first responders, you do not make enough money to hire the lawyer that you need. A lot of the times, especially in the military, you are given a lawyer by the same government entity that is coming after you. So it's very incestuous, and it's just does not work out. So we learned that we need to fundraise in order to get a proper lawyer in there who is going to do right by you and call out injustice when they see it. What we also learned is that you need the help of the American people. When getting the story out there, getting the facts out there, and combating a media narrative is huge. And then once the American people get behind you and see, what's going on with you is a grave injustice, then a lot of the times it'll get the ears of Congress. People will start paying attention, and then we can get the right people behind these individuals to make sure that they get justice. So on October 12th, we're going to be hosting our first annual Pipe Hitter Foundation fundraiser. Like I said, we started in 2020. We have not really held a fundraiser yet. Everything we've been doing is reactionary. So when we take on somebody, the whole team gets together and we pretty much start our campaign and start putting out stuff to, help raise funds for the legal defense. And we do a fantastic job each and every time. But we decided, it's time to hold a fundraiser. We've helped enough people, and we have enough people that are sort of waiting to be helped. And we wanted to raise money so that way we don't have to each and every time, do a campaign and get these funds coming in, that we would have it to be able to help them immediately. So on October 12th, we are hosting a fundraiser at Stronghold Soft Solutions, which is a range in Defuniak, Florida. And it's going to start off at 08. And what we're going to do is we have all retired special operators coming in to help instruct. And we're going to be doing a basic pistol rifle carbine course, some vehicle stuff. We're really going to make it a lot of fun. But for the people that do come, it's just going to give them a taste of what some of these individuals that they are supporting go through on a daily basis, how they train to do their job, and then hopefully just gain a little bit of more of an appreciation for what they go through. And then at that night, we're going to have a dinner hosted by special guest speaker Bernie Carrick. He's going to talk. We're also doing a silent auction during that time. So should be a good time. The number one takeaway I'd like the audience to get from our mission and what we are doing is that we are serving those who serve us. We cannot, like I talked about earlier, demonize a whole group or individual just because of the acts of some bad apples. And I think if we continue to go down this path where we demonize the people that raise their right hand to serve this country, you're not going to get the people to want to, stand up and say, yes, I want to serve this country, because they're seeing how those individuals are treated. And I think that is one of the many factors that's tearing at the fabric of our country. That's going to make us a weaker country. We need people to stand up and want to serve this country, especially people that love this country and love what it's about. But if we keep treating these individuals this way, it's going to set a precedence that I think, we're seeing it right now in the military. We have a huge recruiting crisis going on. And I think that's due to the fact that these young men and women who are coming up out of high school or in college are seeing the way people in the military were treated, especially over the whole COVID and vaccine mandate. All the individuals they kicked out illegally and then, invited them back years later without an apology. That young men and women are paying attention. So if they can see that there's groups out there who support these people that are getting falsely accused or falsely or grossly mistreated, and that we will support them, hopefully that'll give them some hope to stand up and raise their right hand and want to serve this country.